It's a beautiful Friday morning in the city of Lagos, southwest Nigeria. My name is Dablala Ogunshakin. And this morning, I'll be reviewing the front pages of the dailies and also analyzing it with my guests. Of course, for the paper review, I'm starting with Vanguard. Vanguard this morning is leading with 133 million Nigerians poor. That's according to NBS. North, 85 million. South, 47 million. 66.5 million children are poor. Sokoto State tops with 91% poverty rate. Ondo State least poor with 27%. Federal government will use report to allocate resources. That's coming from President Muhammadu Buhari. NBS poverty report not contestable. That's coming from NECA. APC leaving behind poverty legacy. That's from PDP campaign. And you can see that story on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. On page 34, we have Tinubu to Southeast. Stop complaining. I will address your grievances. You can see that story on page 34. Zenith Tech Fair to attract global IT practitioners. You can see that on page 19. Nigeria to produce additional 255,000 BDP as SNEPCO completes maintenance. We have on page 7. Naira redesign, more governors now under EFCC watch. That's coming from Power. 2023, governors to blame for violence. That's coming from the Inspector General of Police. United States threatens visa ban on election riggers, backs adoption of BVAS. And stories above on page 7, we have insecurity. Nigerians suffering, weeping, wailing, and mourning. That's coming from Munguno. You can see that on page 7. Soludo, other critics from your state envious. Wicked Labour Party tell Obi. UTM offshore, JGC, Technip Energy sign agreement on Nigeria's FLNG. You can see that on page 10. And we have federal government says debt sustainability threatened by low revenue. You can see that on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. And away from there, let's move to the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian this morning is leading with 133 million Nigerians remain poor despite sharing $700 million Abacha loot. 25.3 million Nigerians face acute food and nutrition insecurity in 2023. UNICEF, over 14 million children in Nigeria face acute malnutrition. PDP carpet APC over NBS report says a majority of Nigerians excluded from intervention schemes. You can see that on page 6. And below we have on the road to Qatar 2022 World Cup without Nigeria. You can read that big story on pages 4 and 5. And lastly, on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, we have relief as Lagos Airport restores a runway light 14 years after. You can see that on page 20 of The Guardian. Away from there, let's move to The Nation. And, of course, The Nation is leading with security chiefs. Wike attacks Atiku for criticizing Buhari. Rivers governor vows to remain in PDP. Fight vultures as scavengers. Obi outlines plans. And here there's a quote. It reads, some people now are criticizing Buhari for